It seems like the flip-floppers on Real Housewives of Atlanta are regretting throwing their support behind Porsha Williams and what seems to be her plot with production and Brit Eady to remove Kenya Moore from the show. Because the main two ladies who were caught up in Porsha's latest scandalous behavior have just taken the brunt end of the fans' disapproval, while Porsha, as usual, took no accountability at all. Who are we talking about? Shamea and Kelly.
Girl, yeah, because they were all up there on Shamea's show, her YouTube channel, talking about how they miss Kenya. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you're missing Kenya now because of all this backlash you're receiving from the viewers, okay?
Exactly.
Who saw that ick they did and have been calling it out ever since.
Right.
So now these two are flip-flopping on missing Kenya and talking about because that girl, particularly Shamea, said something about Brit being a liar.
Right.
Okay?
Right.
And it's like, girl, you didn't have to find that out. We have been telling you all that this girl was so many things even worse than a liar. Okay?
Yeah, exactly.
And so now here they are with all this flip-flopping because
Right.
they see the fans aren't having their mess.
Exactly. They're on Shamea's YouTube channel, and Shamea is like, hey, best friend. So now we all know Porsha and Shamea are on the outs now.
Right.
Even just as recently as, this morning, Porsha put out something on Instagram talking about Shamea don't say nothing about my mama.
Oh.
Saying don't bring my mama in this. Keep playing the victim, but leave my mama out of it. Something like that she's saying. And this is just the day after or so Porsha wished Shamea happy birthday and put up pictures of them together and, trying to act like, oh, it's all still love. And then the next thing you know.
Another flip-flop.
Exactly.
Another flip-flopper.
And that's really funny because we talked about her jealousy too. Porsha's jealousy of Shamea.
Right.
Because Shamea is making the rounds everywhere.
Yeah.
She went on the Breakfast Club the other day with Charlamagne and them.
Right.
And they were talking about everything from Real Housewives stuff to what Shamea has going on behind the scenes, her surrogacy, all that type of stuff. And Shamea got the opportunity to promote her new song, Never Had.
Right.
And on there, she also ended up talking about her friendship with Porsha and how basically Shamea has all sorts of gigs. Like she's a host, she's some sort of radio presenter for something, working with the NBA, things like that.
Right.
She has all sorts of gigs. She does not need Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Right.
So she said something along the lines of how she thought that their friendship, her and Porsha's friendship, would have been protected because forget the show, although she appreciates what is done for her, giving her a platform to promote things like her music, she doesn't need it. On the other hand, Porsha letting this show come between their friendship,
right,
it proves that Porsha needs the show.
Yeah.
She needs the money. She needs all of that to come in. So her being on this show was another kind of kick in the face to Porsha because, she's basically saying, she didn't say that in so many words that Porsha needs it, but she was just proving how much better off she is than Porsha.
Oh, yeah.
Because she wouldn't let this affect their friendship. And so Porsha, I know she heard it. I know she heard what was happening with that, because then the very next day after this airs, here she go, keep my mother's name out your mouth, basically.
And I'm
that came out of nowhere.
I'm like, it's amazing because you see, obviously, the jealousy there because, as you stated, Shamea doesn't need this show, but Porsha needs this show. Mm-hmm. So it's as if Porsha is like, why are you even on here up in my face, girl? You don't need this, but this is my baby. I need this. Why are you even on here? Get out my face. And it's something to it because she really didn't want her on the show as a peach receiver.
Right.
She didn't mind, I suppose, when she was a friend of the show.
Right.
She was sort of her sidekick, you know, and no one really paid attention to her. But now she's a full throttle showrunner with a peach.
Yeah.
Porsha is like, girl, you already got everything.
Exactly.
Why are you even on here? And you know it's true, because when she came to her with this list about what the producers would want in her possibly getting on the show, she gave her all this list and things, and saying something about, well, maybe, you know, you got to make sure you can get your husband on, because they wouldn't want that. And I'm like, well, that sounds like a bunch of cocky pock to me, because there are other people on this show without their husbands on them, but
it's some that don't even have husbands.
Exactly. So I think Porsha was really trying to push this girl back from coming on her territory. It's like, girl, can I at least have this for myself? Yeah, you out here on this run talking about you got this, you got that, you got all this going for you. Can I at least have this show for myself? So you can pretty much see that there is a jealousy there.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. And so when that happened and Porsha made those comments about Angela's husband, Shamea, still being an idiot, basically did not apologize. She's just laughing. She's just, you know, kiki and ha, and oh, we was having a kiki. That's my friend. We was just unwinding or whatnot. And she acted like she could not understand why she couldn't understand why Angela had such an issue with her not standing up to her friend and saying, hey, you shouldn't have said that, checking her friend. She couldn't understand that. And for the past few weeks since that episode has aired, Shamea has been doubling down. Oh, well, I have 2 kids and Porsha is not one of them. I don't have to say that. That's not my fight. That's not my whatever. And now
she's apologizing now.
Exactly.
She's apologizing because on her channel, she looked in the camera and like, she apologizes for not doing. Girl, that's not in you. You meant what you said. You're only apologizing now because you've been called out on it, and will continue to be called out on it because you know doggone well you should have checked Porsha.
Right.
Period.
Right.
That was nothing for her to say about messing with Charles like that.
Right.
How dare you? And then how dare you say something to the effect that, oh, well, Porsha doesn't want Charles. Are you kidding me?
Like, come on now.
What do you mean? No one asked for your opinion in that regard. You didn't give your opinion when it came to shutting her down about this woman's husband.
Right.
But you gonna say, oh, she don't want. You don't even know Porsha. Are you kidding me?
Exactly.
You don't know her like that. So now whose good side are you trying to get on? Oh, Porsha don't want y'all. It sounds like she did to the whole world.
Exactly.
It sounds like she wanted him to me. It sounded like she wanted him to so many others because she was plotting even beforehand, talking about, oh, and I hear Charles is everything. How does that sound like she don't want that woman's husband?
Turning around and asking Angela, y'all do threesomes? Like
and all that crap, girl.
And then in the mid-season trailer, all the ladies were sitting around talking about men not wearing their wedding rings.
Right.
And Angela volunteered that, oh yeah, her husband doesn't wear his. And the camera panned to Porsha. She's like, he don't.
See?
Like that. It's like, oh, that's another end for her. It's another little thing that she could pull.
Yes.
So yeah, let's not, oh, Porsha doesn't want him. Like that, yeah. Porsha is looking for her next come up because she obviously didn't realize that the way she got Simon and how she lost him is one and the same. Here she is coming for this new husband of another housewife. Like that's gonna be something better for her now.
Exactly.
You know?
Not Porsha calling out Simon for their divorce, when she knows she snatched that lady's husband and now seems to be going after Angela's husband the same way.
And at the end of the day, I know that he's the type of person, he's a slithering snake.
Have y'all ever had a threesome?
No. No threesome.
I didn't hear your husband was spicy.
You can.
Oh, yeah. No, I heard something about Charles.
Really? It's almost hurtful to me to watch her be so dumb.
And so yeah, the girls they got on this kick, this train where they're backing Porsha, so they're backing Brit, because here come Porsha putting her arm around Brit, talking about she's a quintessential housewife. So the ladies start backing Brit.
You better get on the right team, sweetheart. You riding with the wrong team. You know what I'm gonna do for you? I'm gonna give you this right here. For the rest of this time we sitting up here. Get your team to help you out.
Kelly, to the point where she even upheld Brit's lies about not having what she said she had. Oh no, Brit doesn't have that. Oh, I didn't hear that. She didn't say that or whatnot.
Yeah.
And she was standing right there when she said it. So it proved that she was willing to do whatever, again, to stay on Porsha and Brit's good side.
That's right.
But now that they're catching heat about this terrible comment, to the point where people saying, why you even on the show? You don't need to be there. Shamia's such a disappointment. All of that stuff. Now here they are doing this little fake apology, this too late apology.
Fake and too late, yes.
And now here they are turning on Brit Eady too.
Yeah.
Because now all of a sudden, oh, Brit Eady's a liar. She's not a girl's girl. I wish Kenya was here. Shamia even brought up Brit Eady on The Breakfast Club.
Oh, she did.
They asked her, what do you feel about the new girls, or how do you like them or whatnot? Well, I like two of them, meaning she likes Angela and Kelly. But then she says, yeah, Brit is not, Brit, yeah, I don't, she's a liar. Yeah.
Not someone I would want in my group.
Exactly, that's what she said. And now they're seeing that because Kenya's not there is no one to stand up to Porsha and stand up to make the,
exactly,
to give it a balance and an equilibrium.
Yes.
Porsha it's all skewed in her
running
favor now.
Amok.
Exactly.
And they are seeing it, and I am so glad that they are seeing it, because Porsha will turn around, which is what she's doing now, and rend them. Okay, that is what she's doing now. And here they are, all up in the viewer's face, talking about they sorry, they miss Kenya. Too fake, too late.
Right.
And how dare they show this this fakeness, because Shamia on one of those interviews is going to say something to the effect that they asked her, well, did you think production did their job concerning Kenya? Oh yes, I think they did their job. How dare you? They didn't do their job concerning Kenya. Girl, you such a flip-flopper.
Yeah, talking about they investigated.
They invested.
No, they did not.
Think they did what they didn't do what was right. They didn't do their job. So I'm like, you know what? The disappointment continues to grow, girl, because it's like, okay, 1 minute you over here, you saying this, and over here you over here. Now you missing on Kenya. But then in that other interview, you talking about, oh yeah, they did their job. You there's no authenticity, because you were too busy either kissing Porsha's behind or kissing, as you call them, your bosses behind. Okay, so it's like, how can we expect any authenticity from you when you're kissing so many people's behind?
Exactly.
Okay,
Exactly.
That's it. That's all.
All right, let us know what you think in the comments. Remember to like and subscribe for more. Thanks for watching.